I can't fucking speak today. Alright, here we go. We've all heard of stupid-ass internet challenges. The Tide Pods, the milk crates, anything to watch people die or injure themselves in ridiculous ways to entertain us. It's a tale as old as time. Look at the jester. Look at him fucking hurt himself. How funny. The internet has just about anything you want. I personally use it to look at cat videos and, plethora of other funny stuff. But with this infinite wealth of entertainment, there's bound to be a cancerous tumor somewhere lurking on the underbelly to ruin the fun for everyone else. We've all been scrolling on the internet until we saw some shit that made us think, well, I'm not forgetting that ever. And for me, that was with Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, I was 7 or 8 at the time, and the idea of a giant fucking bear chasing me down to put me into a giant animatronic suit, no, fuck that shit. That was scary. Did you see the end screen of the first game? His eyes were coming out of his head. That didn't look very funny. So as a result, as a kid, I did nothing to help this morbid curiosity and researched the shit out of that. That's right, every MatPat video, every game theory. Fuck, I played the games on my shitty-ass Samsung tablet for a while, because if I knew everything about him, then I could be less scared, so I thought. It also didn't help I had this giant, terrifying fucking poster on the wall right next to my door. So every time I get up in the middle of the night to go take a piss, I get to look at his ass trying to grab me like, oh yeah, that's a great image that I'll be seeing in my nightmares about 10 minutes from now. But that's besides the point. I spent years afraid of Freddy Fazbear and gang. So flash forward 5 years later, and I'm a grown-up 12-year-old, and I have maturity. So some kid walks up to me on the schoolyard and says, hey, you wanna see this cool video? And then shows me a video of someone fucking die. Now, I did what any kid would do in this situation, and have the natural response of, well, okay, what the fuck was that? I couldn't be bothered, because it was so grainy, I thought I might as well have been a wall texture. I couldn't understand what I was looking at. And because I was a kid, I didn't really grasp the idea of like, yeah, there's just a video of someone being fucking murdered online. Besides, Freddy Fazbear was way more scary, and I conquered his ass. But then my friend asked the real question. Where did this 12-year-old get a video of someone dying? And that's when he told us about the Gauntlet. The infamous Gauntlet. Now, what is the Gauntlet? Well, the Gauntlet, or Run the Gauntlet as it's known on the internet, is a series of disturbing videos that you have to watch in succession, all without ever skipping any part of it. These range from videos of injuries at work, to disgusting gross-out stuff, to flat-out shit that is just not anything you should ever watch. You see a lot of people die, and a lot of very disturbing shit. I don't know why people were so morbidly fixated on this. But I was, because I remember years later after learning about the Gauntlet, I was at a party and the idea came up to watch and run the Gauntlet. And we did, and it was an experience, alright. Was a very, very odd party. I don't know why I never went to the regular ones. But after that, I remember thinking, that was an experience, I never want to do it again. Until this day, when I remembered I forgot everything about the Gauntlet, and want to remember why it was so disturbing. So, for your viewing entertainment, and for everyone who doesn't want to run the Gauntlet for reasons that should be very fucking obvious, I am going to do the displeasure of running the Gauntlet for you. Now, since this shit obviously can't be shown on YouTube for obvious reasons, and since I'm not really interested in glorifying any of the gore of it, I'm going to give you a brief description of everything that happens in these videos, and you get to do the best of trying to picture it. You have an imagination, you grew up on the internet, you can figure shit out, you have a frontal cortex. And if not, well, don't watch this video because there's no fucking reason for you to. Anyway, disclaimer, I probably should add this part. Don't watch this shit. It's disturbing for a reason. I'm doing this so you don't have to. For the love of God, don't say fucking KJ told you to go watch this. I don't want legal problems. Anyway, let's begin. Alright, level 1, arm wrestle. This is the tamest video yet. This is the first one, and it's two people arm wrestling. And, well, when you have two opposite pressure forces, something is going to happen. Either you're going to move that force, or it's going to break. And neither of these two wanted to move. So something broke. Do the math. I'm going to go snap a twig for you so you can have a visual. Alright, number 2. Jackass. You've seen Jackass. You know what Jackass is. You saw the paperclips part. It's literally just the clip from the movie. Go watch Jackass the movie. That movie's funny. But this, well, it's still funny because it's Jackass. Alright, number 3. Okay, so, you've all played Russian roulette, right? Well, unless you're a pussy and haven't played. In that case, you really should get on it. Alright, maybe you probably shouldn't, but it's a pretty mind-blowing experience if you do. So, in this video, a guy puts down 4 cups and puts a knife underneath one of them and decides, alright, let's play Russian roulette. Now, usually, the magician has some way of knowing and can figure out, oh, there's something to discern where the cup is. Now, this guy just says, fuck it, I'm putting luck, fate will carry me there, and sure as shit, it did not happen, because now there's a knife in his hand. And to be entirely honest, this video is more funny than sad, because this guy just kind of looks at it like, huh. And then it ends the video with a ta-da, like he's some fucking Peter Griffin thing. It's not that bad. It's pretty tame. All right, number 4. I'm gonna read the title, and you can. I'm not gonna say this shit. I'm going to put the words on screen with censors, and you can figure it out. There's not much more to say after that. I mean, it's just that for like a minute. Moving on. Alright, level 5. This is probably the most annoying one in the whole fucking thing, because it's not that it's disturbing. Yeah, it is. Someone's getting stabbed. But no one does anything. There's like 3 people in the background just kind of watching. And this one guy tries to get in there, like he tries to pull him off, like kick him ever so slightly, but he does nothing. It's so fucked up. Anyway, the lady walks away at the end of it, so I think it was okay. I'm not going to go Googling or researching this shit for my own sanity, but yeah, it was not a fun video. Alright, number 6. This is a video of a guy coming out of a burning car after a car wreck. It's very disturbing, but in all honesty, you can't see fucking anything through it. It's so grainy. And if you put Linkin Park's I Wanna Somewhere I Belong over top of it, it's way more entertaining, and I did that. So I ended up just having a pretty funny time watching this. Alright, number 7. This video actually got removed from the Gauntlet, and the fact that it's at level 7 kind of fucking shocks me. So I'm just gonna show you a recreation that I made with my own resources. Alright, level 8. So, you remember that clip in Nathan Fielder where he handcuffs himself to a pole and exposes himself as, or almost becomes a sex offender? So imagine doing that in a bathtub, upside down, and then you fucking suck at it. And that's what happens. You can do the math. I also think I remember hearing somewhere that this was fake and that she didn't actually die, so... take it with a grain of salt. I have no idea the legitimacy on all these videos. Someone's definitely done better research. Go find it. All right, level 9, snapping turtle. This is just a nature documentary. The snapping turtle eats a fucking mouse. Yeah, it's violent, but like it's just a feeding video. What do you want from me? Jackass did it better with a mouse getting eaten. Go watch that instead again. Jackass is just funnier. Number 10. Okay, number 10. This is where I just said fuck that. I'm not doing this anymore. So this is a video of them doing surgery on a cat who has a parasite in his eye. And fun fact, I don't like anything to do with eyes, and I don't like anything to do with surgery, and I don't like any of these things. And there's a little cat doing it. I want to see him have trouble. This is no fun. So I do the math. I figured it out. I'm not trying to do this. Number 11. Don't fuck around with trains. We played Dumb Ways to Die as a kid. And you can figure it out. Boom. All right. Number 12. So you remember as a kid when you go to campfires and you would roast hot dogs? Well, this guy wanted to do that, but he didn't have a campfire, so he used a hot iron. And he also didn't have hot dogs. Yeah. You can figure it out. You remember Anatomy 101. I'm not your teacher. Alright, so number 13. This is a guy doing a jump off of a cliff. He's doing some rad fucking flip or whatever, and he fucks it up somehow, and it looks like there's some red in the water. That's not good. And nope, never mind. They do a close-up. It is definitely not good. So you remember the Demogorgon from Stranger Things? This is him. This is the after photo. There you fucking go. Alright, number 14. So remember when I said I didn't like the videos with eyes or surgery? Alright, we're back with an old lady, and fucking maggots. Now, my better question about this isn't, oh, why is there maggots in the air? This is disturbing, this is gross, I don't want to see this. My question is, how the fuck does this happen? How do you allow maggots to grow inside of there for so long? And then what is the doctor's conversation like? You walk in there, yo, what's good, doc? I got maggots growing out of my eyes. Can you possibly help me? I do not know how these things happen or why people let these things happen. And again, fucking gross. It's fucking gross. That's what it is. Level 15. All right, we're gonna take a break and go back to some more fun stuff. So, you remember when you went camping as a kid, and you made spider dogs? It's where you would cut up in like a hot dog, and then when you put it over the fire, it would harden, so it looked like it was a hot dog with spider legs, because you do it 8 times, and it was really cool. It was a really fun childhood activity, and it was a good time. I was very fond memories doing this. Now, I imagine someone else wanted to do that. They don't have a knife, but they have a drill. Look, I'm not drilling further into this. You can call me a wiener all you want. I'm not sticking that knowledge into my brain. You can figure it out. Alright, number 16. It's a PETA video. So, it starts, it's about animals getting their fur removed, and they're not having a good time doing it, because of course they're not. It's a PETA video, for God's sake. 90% of it's just this woman talking, but the first 6 seconds of it are just a bunch of animals like bumping around on the ground, and I had Don't Let Me Down playing by Electric Light Orchestra, so it just made the video look really fucking funny for a second, and then obviously disturbing shit happens, and that's less fun. Alright, number 17. Yep, that's an apt description. Number 18. Oh, hey, I mentioned this one in the preamble. So a man wants to show us his exercise routine, and he needs a jar for it, but he can't find a place to put it, and so he decides on his prison wallet, of all things. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to put a jar in a wallet. It doesn't work. It's a little bit big, and this guy has a bad time doing it. He ends up dropping it, or something, and it breaks. And his strawberry jam goes everywhere. It's really sad, because it's a waste of jam. And I like jam. I'm going to go make a peanut butter and jam sandwich now, because I don't want to fucking talk about this. Alright, number 19. You played Skyrim. You remember the part in Skyrim where you go to the Helgen and they try and kill you and a dragon comes away? So imagine a dragon doesn't come. And that's the whole game. This lasts for like 8 minutes. It's really fucking long, and it's all in Spanish, so I'm going to spend the rest of this time learning Spanish Duolingo so I can maybe find out what they're saying in the video. Yeah, it turns out learning Spanish Duolingo did not help me find out what's in the video, and frankly, I don't care about learning it. So let's just get on to number 20 so I can be done with this fucking video. Alright, number 20. This is the big bad, the worst video, the most horrible one on all the Gauntlet. The infamous 3 guys, 1 hamburger. And despite my better judgment, I'm going to show this video for all of you to see in its unedited glory. It's not for the faint of heart. Hell, it's not for the faint of fucking anyone. So this is your last chance to turn back. After this, you will not be the same person. You ready? Here we go. Alright, we're done? We're done? Good. Okay, we're done. There might have been more, I don't know. I pressed the button to go forwards, and it didn't, and I don't feel like rerunning that video again to try and find more. So we're gonna call it a day for here, because this is, I don't want to do this anymore. So that's the Gauntlet, one of the internet's most infamous challenges, and to be honest, it's just not very fun. I can see this being like a fun shock thing to do with your friends one time if you're fucking 14, I guess. But once you get over the age of fucking 16 or anything, it's just kind of depressing and sad. Unless you're one of those people who gets off to gore, which in that case, please book a therapy session or something. That's not good. It's not healthy. I wouldn't recommend that. I'm glad I never saw this shit as a kid. I'm glad I never saw this shit as a kid, and to the kid who came up to me and showed it to me, I have so many questions about this man's psyche. I wonder where he is today, because I lost contact with him for obvious fucking reasons. Anyways, that's the internet's Gauntlet. I hope that I cured your curiosity and that you don't go searching for this further because, well, there's really nothing to find. That's about it for this video. I forgot how to make a sign-off call, so that's about it. There we go. Bye-bye.